Hi guys. Okay, so if you don't know the context of this story, there has been a lot of hateful shit about the mail in the last 4 days. Like a ton. So I'm gonna talk about this because I don't know how to shut up. And frankly, I think it's important that people understand exactly what I'm trying to say here. Because typing back and forth with Levi Schaefer, who I have no respect for as a human being, but I do have respect for him as a football coach and a general school oriented person. He's got way more patience than me. But the last 4 days, people have been downright disgusting when it comes to postal workers in our area. Not understanding the postal service is a number one problem here because people think that it's a lot like UPS or FedEx, and it's not. And they get all you're not an authority, you don't know things. Okay, look, my dad retired from the postal service. He was in the postal service workers union. He was a head of the union for this area for a long time. I know more than you do. For the most part. Also, we used to fucking argue about postal law. When I was a kid, I was super obsessed with the postal service as a kid. Nerd obsessed with the post office. I collected stamps. It's a thing, okay? I had credit. They used to save stamps for me, and I would literally come in every day with my allowance, or every week with my allowance, and buy more fucking stamps because I was addicted to postal service things, and I thought my dad was my fucking hero, okay? I listened with my ears, and then we had the little pamphlets for all his healthcare shit in the bathroom, and I read all that shit too. And they have a magazine. Did you know they have a magazine? I read that shit too. Why? Because I was a kid, obsessed with my dad, and wanted to know his business, because that's the way shit works. So now I have this whole catalog in here of random facts about the postal service that nobody gives a shit about except me. It's here's the thing. Yes, the postal service in the last 3 days has it's been a mess. I'm not even saying it hasn't. Nobody involved in the postal service doesn't believe, in a local area, doesn't believe that this hasn't been a mess, but they're doing what they can to fix it. There are federal guidelines that require them to have certain steps when it comes to the mail. It's just like a giant corporation, except for it's federally mandated. There's federal laws that they could be jailed under federal law for all kinds of things if it's done incorrectly. It's still government. Rules. There are rules. You have rules at work. The difference between the post office, hi dad, and the freaking a private company, is that a private company doesn't give a shit. The postal service has a union because they have to give a shit. I was they have to know where your mail is. They have to know things about your mail. They have to know where it is. That's I mean, but UPS and all that stuff, it's a private company. So if they say go into a burning building with this mail, that dude has to do it or he doesn't get paid. Period. This is not up for discussion, okay? So David Cook worded his thing about how it was unacceptable, and he made it sound like he actually had a phone call to the postmaster in Miami and told him that he has to return the mail and start delivery tomorrow, except for it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Until the go order was fucking lifted, they could not come back. They were there for the last 3 days in Payson sorting your mail. I was if you don't believe me, well, you're going to be waiting a long more time, because I'm one of the first ones that posted about the fact that they were going to Payson in the first place. I'm the one who posted from the UPS fucking site that they were taking mail to a different district and the rules and things got like convoluted in there. But like that's also government because you have to move buildings and there's trucks and there's moving and there's still stuff and guidelines. So I'm sorry that your meds didn't get here, and I'm sorry that you think that just because you choose to stay in evacuative order that like a federal law should be like bypassed because you want your mail. They don't deliver in hurricanes, they don't deliver in tornadoes. It's not a little bit of fire and you'll be fine. Like, we're talking about a wildfire that closed down an entire community and we could have died. Like, houses could have been destroyed. They can't deliver your mail to an evac house. They can't deliver your mail when the building that they sort your mail in is also on the evac list. Don't be dumb. I have no problem with David Cook other than the fact that he worded his statement wrong. It was not okay to take credit from the people that were actually working on this situation under the rules of which they were given. You can only do so much, like under rules. Like rules. Laws are rules. They're the same thing. Okay, so like, yeah, I guess it makes me negative. I'm not even kidding. But if this, I'm the lady that said it, I'm still flabbergasted. If you had treated, if the community or me had treated firefighters the same way that people were treating postal workers, people would be fucking livid. Like, seriously, there would be fucking flames coming out of their eyeballs, right? And so, like, yeah, like, do you know how, like, horrible you guys, not you guys, because most of you have been decent enough to, like, be respectful of the fact that they're fucking human beings. Like, but, like you think they did it on purpose. Like, that they just decided, fuck it, we're gonna attach your mail in a truck and you're gonna suffer. Like, you're gonna, like, die of starvation and, like, plague. Like, I don't understand. Like, why would you think that they would do anything, like, to harm another individual on purpose at a local level when they're literally securing your, like, stuff? They're securing it. It's just, it's flabbergasting, okay? Like, I can't, I don't know, like, I don't know. I know David Cook has been busy. I know that he lives in this area, right? But for the first time, other than Ducey's, like, itinerary that he's posted in 12 hours, like, the two things he talked about, he's only posted about things, this wildfire, in 12 hours. Two things. The mail, of which he took credit for, and Ducey's itinerary. Anything before that is all about education bill and and some other stuff. And I'm sorry that if you don't read, like, his statement to be, like downgrading to postal workers, like, and taking the credit, then I don't know what to tell you. You didn't take a reading comprehension class? I don't know. I guess he's your friend, and I understand that you want to defend your friend, and I understand that he was busy, and I'm not actually bitter that he didn't post on his social media because I can understand he was in danger just like the rest of us. But for the first two things to come up is like he solved the freaking postal worker issue and here's Ducey's itinerary. It was completely insensitive. My throat is super dry because of the smoke. But like, I guess that I expected better of him to he could have worded it so much better, like where, like he simultaneously supported like the postal service and all the work that they've been doing and said he was on top of it. He understood that it was a problem with his constituents. Like, I guess that's what I expected. Like, I didn't expect him to basically act like he fucking ran in at the last minute and was like, doo-doo-doo. And I didn't expect, like people on the social site to be like, thank you for solving this problem. They don't listen. Like, they haven't been working for the last 4 days to solve this problem. It's fucking heartbreaking. And then like, okay, so if you weren't there 5 years ago, I got into a fight with Levi Schaefer that ended with me turning in his list of threats to Miami PD because I needed to be burned at the stake because I'm a loudmouth witch, and a bunch of other things like that are. But that was my favorite. I like the burned at the stake part. Like I laughed about it for days. Like at the same time as like I had to take it seriously. I was like, oh, but he couldn't even spell steak. So like that was like a while ago because again, I can't sit here and watch bullshit like and not say something. The problem I had with him 5 years ago was legitimate. The problem I have with him now is legitimate. But I'm just a loudmouth bitch that's constantly negative, and I'm not out to get anybody. Like I just want you guys to give the benefit of the doubt that you would give to anybody else to the Postal Service. I was like, oh, and they are working very hard. Like, there's just, like, calm the fuck down. Like, and take a minute and realize they're not doing this to spite you. They're doing this so that in case this fire had came, you would be unbelievably, profoundly grateful that they had saved your stuff from, like, incineration. But because the firefighters did their job and did their job amazing, right? Like, I'm so fucking proud of you. Like, seriously. Your fire management teams have been so good. Like, way awesome. Like, this is the projected outcome of this could have been so, so bad. Right? But yeah, like, David Cook could not have affected any outcome of the mail. Like, even if we had to wait another week, like, he couldn't have just went, I tell you to bring the mail. It would not have worked. Because there's rules. Like, seriously, federal guidelines. Federal. Like, laws. Like, they're a thing. Like, really. And although he is a state representative, he does not work for the Postal Service. He has no effect on the Postal Service. You seriously have to go up the chain of postmasters. And then there's this dude at the top. That's the U.S. Postmaster General. Like, there's a thing. Like, there's a lot that goes involved in that. And none of it has David Cook's name on it. None of it. It's like, oh, it's just, yeah. Like, it would have been, I mean, he could have done so much better and did it so much more positively, like, and encouragement ways for the community. I just, like, I'm not holding a grudge. Like, I don't dislike David Cook. I don't know him well enough to dislike him. Do I like some of the stuff that I've heard out of him? No, I can't say that I have, like, his education thing, and, like, I can't conclusively tell you that I am a David Cook supporter, because that would be wrong. I was like, oh, but I do respect his position, and that it's a lot of work, and that, that working for any kind of public service is a lot of work, and a lot of times it's very ungrateful. I was like, oh, and, like, even at a town council level, it's freaking ungrateful. People don't know how a process works. People don't know how elections work. People think that complaining and outcry is like an immediate change, and it's not. Like, you have to stay active. You have to stay vocal. You have to stay on top of it. You can't just complain once. But you don't have to, like, be hateful to other human beings. Like you just don't have to. You don't have to, like, be that way. Like, I don't know. Like, it's completely flabbergasting to me that people can, like, praise him who did nothing and don't give credit to the right people that did everything. And none of your postal workers can say anything. So, like, I got nothing to lose. What are you going to do, hate me? Like, I can't sit there and tell you that I'm not, I can't sit there and tell you that I'm going to always say something you agree with, and I'm not going to always say something you like, and more than likely it's going to have a shit ton of cuss words. But like, seriously, you want to respect your neighbor and your fellow knit man? Try not, like, lying about it. Like, try not being misleading. That was actually more of the problem, is that the entire thing was completely misleading. Like, be better. Like, the only people that can be better is us. As they call, learn more, learn things. Like, see what the Postal Service is about. Like, try applying. They need, you think it's horrible and like they don't have enough workers and whatever, go get a job. Like, they have awesome retirement benefits. Like, I've considered it a couple of times, but my life is complicated and busy and like, as far as like but don't ask Levi, because he doesn't think I do anything ever. Like, I'm just a lazy person that has no, like, I have no footprint. No one knows me. Like, but that's okay. Like, I don't know. The whole thing is just like ridiculous. Like, it's just ridiculous. And I don't understand how people could treat like somebody that's legitimately doing their job so hatefully. All right. Have a wonderful night. I just have to say that, and I'm freaking done with it. I'm not gonna go reply. I just think, like I said, that the whole thing was just worded horribly. Worded horribly. Like, if he corrected the words, seriously, corrected the words and appropriated like the glory, whatever, the credit to the people that deserve it, which is ironically the postal workers that are involved in your mail. All right? Have a wonderful day. Bye.